Okay, hi. What I want to do today then is have a quick look at Google Calendar. So we're going to start off by going back onto the screen, and there's the Google Calendar icon sat in the middle there. So I click onto the Google Calendar app, and it will actually turn it on. As you can see at the moment, I've got very little on the screen here. I can see it's April 2016, and I can see that it's the 17th, both because it's got 17 at the top there, and it's got 17 highlighted with a little blue dot there in the middle. And if I scroll through the app by just clicking and moving, dragging across to the side, I can move off to any date that I actually want. I can always go back to today just by clicking on that 17 at the top there, and that will take me back to today's date because that will reflect today. Up in the corner, the first thing we see is I've got the 3 burger bars. And if I click on the 3 burger bars, then I can see the various options for viewing my calendar. So I can see my schedule, I can see my day of the week, I can see the week as a view, and then I can see the month as a view. So all of those are available to me for me to be able to view the diary, I'll view my calendar, and I can also click on search, so it would allow me to search. Now underneath here I can see that it's got askpeterquestion@gmail.com. So that is the calendar that I'm currently associated with. Now I can associate more than one calendar with the Google Calendar app. So I could, for example, share somebody else's calendar. So if I was working with somebody else on a project, we could share calendars so that we could both see things at the same time. However, we can't share calendars through the app on a mobile device. We'd need to go onto a laptop or a computer to be able to share that event, to share that device. Here I've got various things that I can see on my calendar. So I can see any events, I can see any reminders that I may have set. And so let's actually go back in and actually create ourselves an event. So I click on the plus sign here, click onto where it says event, and then it comes up here and it tells me let's enter the details for this. So I'm going to enter the title. So I'm going to enter the EU referendum. And there it is, and that's done. And then it asks me when this is going to take place. Well, I can click onto here, and then I can move across into June the 23rd, and then say OK. And June the 23rd is when that is going to take place. I can add a location. So that's going to be at the polling station, and if my memory serves me correctly, that's going to be Stonydale Primary School. And tell me about it 10 minutes before, and then I can change the default colour if I wish. I can also add a note. I could invite other people to come and vote with me, or indeed I could add an attachment from my Google Drive. Here I've got the save option at the top. I click on to save, and that event has been created. So let's slide across to June. Oh, there's June. And there's the EU referendum has now been placed inside of my calendar, ready for me to use. I can move back across, or I can click on the 17 to take me back to today's date. If I click on that plus sign again, I've also got the ability to set a reminder. So I can set a reminder. So for example, I want to set a reminder to read a book. So I want to read a book. And then click on to done, and then I can specify when that's going to be. At the moment that's set for an all-day event. Well, I don't want it to be an all-day event, so therefore I've clicked onto all day, and here I can come down and I can specify the time. So I'm going to specify that that is going to be at 8:05. There we go. So 8:05, read book, and then I can save that again, and that has now created a reminder in my diary, in my calendar, ready for me to use. Okay, if I move back across here onto the plus sign again, the new one that's in here is the goal. And what the goal does, it allows us to use Google's artificial intelligence to schedule things in that we may find difficulty in scheduling. Now, when your diary is as empty as mine is, it's not going to make a blind bit of difference. But here, for example, I could say that I want to learn a new skill. So I'm going to practice learn to code, and I want to do this 3 times a week for 1 hour at any time. And then here I can click on more options, and this would allow me to actually specify anything else such as notifications, default color. Let's change the default color that to banana, and then I can save that and then tick the box to learn to code. And what it's doing is it's scanning my diary to find times to put my 3 sessions in. So as you can see, it's putting the 3 sessions in on a weekly basis, so I can actually find the time to do these things ready for me to work. Now again, if my diary was more crowded, it would have actually had more complexity in trying to find things, time to do it. But that's the basis behind this. Move back onto the 3 bars at the top there. So now I can see my events and my reminders. Underneath here, I can also ask to see any birthdays. So when I click that, a couple of people's birthdays have come into play. So again, if I've got people's birthdays, it will actually show me them. I'll turn that off. And then here I've got holidays. And what this does by default, it shows me the bank holidays. So there I can see the bank holidays that we've got coming up. Let's move again onto here, move down, and there I've got settings. Now here I've got my general settings first of all. My general settings allow me to do things such as specify the start of the week. Now I always start my calendar on a Monday because that's the start of my working week. Here I can use the device time zone, or I can specify a different time zone. I can show a week number if I wish. I can show declined events. I can show more events. And indeed, if I click onto here, then here I can click and it should allow me to turn off the seasonal illustrations. And the seasonal illustrations were the images at the top. Here I can change the default event duration. My default is set to 1 hour. I could change that if I wanted to. Underneath here again, I've got notifications. So I've got notify on this device and use a standard tone. So here I can actually click onto here, and then I could actually specify which tone I actually wanted to use. So I could choose a Hangouts message or a Dara or one of these that I wanted it to make the noise of when I sort of started my presentation or when I got my notification. I can also specify quick responses. So therefore, if I'm running late or something, I can email the people in the meeting to say, I'll be there in about 10 minutes. I can get that started without me or whatever. Okay, moving back out of here, I can click onto where it says holidays. And here I can see where I've got the colour set for my holidays, cherry blossom. I can specify the diary that this is coming from and the country that I'm in. And then underneath here, I can add religious holidays. So here I could add in all the Christian holidays, or the Jewish holidays, the Muslim holidays, Orthodox holidays, and click onto done. And then come back out of here, back out of settings, and it's just going to take a few moments for this to actually refresh to show me all of the different holidays that I've now added into my diary. You can see them being populated now, and as you can see there, we've got the Passover, we've got Orthodox Good Friday, we've got Pesach, we've got all these other ones, Pentecost, Corpus Christi. So again, we can see all the different holidays that are available for various religions. Again, I'm going to come onto here, going to come down onto holidays, and I'm just going to turn them all off because I'm not overly interested in all of those holidays. Again, if I click onto it, I should be able to go in and change that, what those holidays are being shown. Where's my holidays? There they go. So I could click back onto here and I could turn off any of these that I didn't want to see. Okay, so there we go. There is a quick overview of Google Calendar. Hope that helps. Talk to you later. Bye.